us to try to see what all we can do in the state. As far as we ourselves are concerned in our company, so we are looking at, as you know, of course, we're looking at setting up more wind and solar projects, and we could be setting up quite a large amount of capacity in the state. We're also looking at, of course, setting up green hydrogen projects in one of the port areas there. We're also looking at potentially pumped hydro-based solutions. Those are things that we're discussing with the government. And of course, eventually we'll also see whether it makes sense to put up solar manufacturing plants as well. So for us personally, for our company Renew, clearly Andhra is going to be one of the most important states within the country where we can actually set up and grow a lot of our capacity. And as I said, quite apart from the natural resource and the geographic advantages that Andhra has, it is also, of course, the encouragement and the friendliness that we get from the state and from the Chief Minister personally that makes it really attractive for us. So all in all, I would really encourage all of you to look at Andhra very, very seriously. I think it's a terrific opportunity for all of us to take advantage of all the developments and all the encouragement we see in the state right now. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sinha, for that insightful address and also shedding light on so many of the different sectors where Andhra Pradesh is flourishing and doing well. I'd now like to invite the President of NASSCOM, Ms. Debjani Ghosh, for her special address.
Yep, thank you. Thanks, Atan. Honorable Chief Minister, dignitaries on stage, my dear friends. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. And Chief Minister, I have to say that I was very, very pleasantly surprised to see this document on Advantage Andhra Pradesh. I was reading it, and I don't know if it's by design, but I think it is. You've called out logistics, ease. You've called out best state for infrastructure, energy infrastructure. You've called out outstanding contribution to port-led infrastructure, and you've called out ease of doing business. Why these four are super critical in today's time is because as the world is getting rapidly digitized and we are entering this era, what I call hyper-digital, everything is digital. There are three transitions that will define leaders and followers. And these transitions, the most important, the first one and the most important is energy. Anyone who has an advantage, a competitive advantage in energy, is going to join the rank of leaders of the digital era. The second transition is supply chain resilience. How does the world recalibrate supply chains? Where do we see the new ecosystems emerge? And be boasting of the second largest coastline, boasting of one of the best port infrastructures, networks in the country already gives you tremendous advantage as we are talking about supply chain ecosystems which will lead to resilience. And the third transformation is, of course, the digital transformation. And I think one thing you haven't stated here is that as far as I can remember, Andhra has always been a leader in digital transformation, starting with government services. You have always led from the front when it came to actually digitizing government. I think e-governance, if I'm not wrong, took shape in your state. And I think that's, if I could give you one suggestion, please do add that here, because then you have your capabilities mapped to the three things that the world is looking at today. And I think this is, as we are talking about advantage, as we are talking about India advantage, we are talking about advantage that states in India can build. We now have to focus on these three areas of transformation, and we have to show where are we the best and how are we the best. I think that's the simple job ahead for all of us. And the one thing that I believe is the secret sauce in India, it's our magic superpower, it's our people. It's our talent. Because everyone can have infrastructure, everyone can have, technology is getting democratized. Everybody will have access to the same technology. But having people who can use the technology to do things better than the other states or other countries is where the magic will happen. And I think Andhra has also boasts of, and that's another thing you should focus on here, tremendously progressive educational institutes, network, infrastructure. And I think if that can be leveraged to build what I call digital mastery, because in today's world, competitive advantage is defined by your digital mastery. You have it or you don't have it. I think that's where the superpower is. And I would urge you, and as NASSCOM, we'll be very interested to work with you to figure out how can Andhra lead the creation of the world's best, not India's best, the world's best talent for deep tech. That's an area that no one is looking at. We have little bit of success, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune, a few other places. But no state in India or no country in the world is today known as the magnet or the hub for deep tech talent, which is going to shape the industry, which is going to shape the world. And I think you have a tremendous advantage to take the lead in building not just the skills, but also the right mindset that is required for working on innovation and that is required for working on deep tech. As NASSCOM, we are already engaged with you through our Center of Excellence today, and I'm really happy with the work we do to drive innovation in your state, but I think there's so much more to be done, and if you are interested in taking up this challenge to become the number one state and the number one hub for deep tech skills, we will be absolutely thrilled to work with you to make that happen. So with that, all the best for the Global Summit. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Ghosh, for that and for shedding light on such an important topic, such a new technology that will be, because Andhra Pradesh is a state that is ready for the future. So thank you for shedding light on that as well. Next up, I'd like to invite the chairperson of CII Southern Region and then the co-founder and JMD of Bharat Biotech International, Mrs. Shuchitra Ella, for a special address.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you here in Delhi. Before I could meet you in back in Andhra Pradesh, which we were anyway planning to do so, sir. We will do that as well. Shri Amarnath Gudivada Amarnath Garu, Honorable Minister for Industries and Commerce, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Shri R. Karika Alavallavan, IAS, Special Chief Secretary, Industries and Commerce. Shri Jawahar Reddy Garu, who has been known and have been working with us in CII for years together, for more than decades. We've been working with all these officers of the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, and they are not new to us at all, even though we may have bifurcated into two states today. It's a pleasure to be here with you again, sir, this afternoon. Dr. G. Sri Jana, IAS Director of Industries, Vice Chairman and Managing Director of the APIISC, the Government of Andhra Pradesh, senior government officials from AP, office bearers of other industry associations, friends from the industry and from media. Good afternoon. It gives me great pleasure to be here today in Delhi for the curtain raiser of the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit. We in CII are very happy to be a part of the National Industry Partner for this initiative of the government, which is aimed at showcasing and reiterating Andhra Pradesh to the world as an attractive investment destination. Honorable Chief Minister Garu, on behalf of CII nationally and also from the southern region, which I also am the chairperson, I would like to congratulate you for your dynamic leadership in transforming Andhra Pradesh as a leader in all spheres of development. Andhra Pradesh is the pride of South India, which has many firsts to its credit. It's the first state in the country to have enacted the industrial single window policy clearance, and also the state ranks first in the country in the ease of doing business. As you personally know, we in CII have worked closely with the visionary leader of Andhra Pradesh, the former Chief Minister, late Sri Dr. Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy Garu, the Honorable CM's father, with whom we personally have interacted on many occasions for his deep interest in science and medicines and in biotechnology, of course, in those days when he was the then Chief Minister of the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh. He had a great vision for the state of Andhra Pradesh, and we are now seeing all his visions coming true thanks to our Honorable Chief Minister who is making that possible. As a result of your futuristic vision, today the state is growing at a much faster rate, and overall AP is set to be a progressive transformational journey. I must say that this summit is happening at the very appropriate time, with India chairing the G20, and the global economies are very much looking at India for the growth story and the prosperity that brings to all of us. This is the time to focus on building a strong ecosystem of growth and sustainability, and also to contribute to the global value chain from our part of the world, and for me, but in particular from the southern region and from the state of Andhra Pradesh. Talking about Andhra Pradesh in particular, in the last few years, we have witnessed many pro-growth interventions at unprecedented pace in the state. I take this opportunity to compliment the government of Andhra Pradesh for their proactive approach and outreach. Under the leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister, the state of Andhra Pradesh has consistently been rated as #1 in the ease of doing business ranking for India for the last 2 years, which has clearly shown the grit and the commitment of the government, and also has also got for attracting investments and for promoting local businesses as well. It is also encouraging to note that Andhra Pradesh government has also been working on the new industrial policy focused on streamlining and easing the process of setting up new industrial investments in the state and making it more transparent. These are certainly reflected during the interactions we have had with the industry leaders at various forums throughout the state. Andhra Pradesh is the only state with 3 industrial corridors: Visakhapatnam Chennai Industrial Corridor, the VCIC as we call it, the Chennai Bengaluru Industrial Corridor, the CBIC, and the Hyderabad-Bengaluru Industrial Corridor for accelerated industrial development across the state. CII has been working closely with the state government in this initiative. Honorable Chief Minister, your far-sighted vision in developing Andhra Pradesh as the most industrialized state of the country is visible, seen through the announced sectoral policies which cover over 15 key sectors, including that of the bulk drug industry. Aligned with your vision, the state government's flagship investment summit, the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit, offers a robust platform to showcase the opportunities and act as a springboard for intensive industry partnership for growth. With the state's focus on sunrise sectors such as agriculture, food processing, MSME, chemicals, startups, IT and electronics, textiles, defense and aerospace, mining, tourism, pharma, automotive, the electronic vehicles, renewable energy, the list goes on, ladies and gentlemen, healthcare and skill development. This would be the opportune time for the industry to partner with the government of Andhra Pradesh in contributing to the growth which is sustainable and inclusive as well. As an industry partner for the AP Global Investors Summit, the Confederation of Indian Industry would like to invite all our industry fraternity who have joined here today to consider this opportunity and expand your businesses in Andhra Pradesh, the state led by strong, decentralized, citizen-centric governance and a mission to embark on a new journey of sustainable development through inclusive growth. Please do join us in Vishakhapatnam on March 3rd and March 4th. Honorable Chief Minister Garu, on behalf of the industry, I thank you for your continued support to the industry and to the Confederation of Indian Industry with all the initiatives that we take up for the state of Andhra Pradesh. I'm sure that the numerous advantages that the state is offering, my friends from the business community present here will also be keen to partner with the government during the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit. Looking forward to seeing you all in Vishakhapatnam very soon. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, ma'am, and thank you so much for highlighting all the numerous initiatives that the state is taking for the benefit of industry. Thank you so much. Moving on, it's now time to welcome the Honorable Minister for Industries and Commerce, Infrastructure and Investment and Information Technology, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Gudivada Amarnath, for his special address. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon. Honorable Chief Minister Shri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, Shri Suman Sinha Garu, President ASSOCHAM, Suchitra Ella Garu, CII Head Southern Region, Debjani Ghosh ji from NASCOM, Jawahar Reddy Garu, Honorable Chief Secretary, Special Chief Secretary Karikal Valvan Garu, Dr. Srijana, Director Industries, officers and advisors from the Government of Andhra Pradesh, Honorable Member of Parliament, industry leaders and representatives, friends from the media, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all of you for the curtain raiser event of Andhra Pradesh Global Investment Summit 2023, organized by Government of Andhra Pradesh from 3rd to 4th March in Vishakhapatnam. As India has emerged as the 5th largest economy in the world, the country's growth story remains strong and robust. This growth story was driven on the back of strong service sector and technology companies over the past few decades, and is now transitioning the country from global back office technology hub to an emerging global manufacturing hub. With a proactive and a forward-looking union government, India is poised to continue to be one of the fastest growing economies in the world. I strongly believe that each of you industry leaders in the room today have a big role to play in driving the growth story of our country. Coming to the business environment in Andhra Pradesh, the state of Andhra Pradesh is one of the key states that is helping to drive India's growth. Our single desk portal integrated with national single window system provides for a one-stop digital platform for all approvals, domestic and foreign investments. The portal as of date covers 93 business specific services across 23 departments. Andhra Pradesh has yet again topped the Business Reform Action Plan 2021 rankings on ease of doing business. We scored 97.89%, highest in India, based on 100% perception survey on reform implementation by DPIIT. So why to invest in the number one state under ease of doing business? The strong institutional support, establishment of YSR AP1 to act as one-stop resource and support center for industries. The single desk bureau to ensure business-related approvals are disposed within the committed timelines. Export facilitation cells for hand-holding support for enterprises interested in international trade. And coming to the policy support, we are currently drafting a new policy, forward-looking industrial policy with focus to drive economic growth and inclusive development across the state. And coming to the facilitation support, virtual buyer-seller meets. The state has a digital platform for local enterprises to market their products, and we have Spandana, an online grievance redressal portal developed to resolve investors' queries just within 15 days. And minimizing cost of doing business, plug and play facilities, ready build facilities with flexible payment options are being constructed in major industrial parks. This will reduce the upfront cost and time to set up of a unit. And the land allotments, we have introduced lease cum buy model to ensure low upfront payment and option to buy land post 10 years of successful operations. The Global Investors Summit 2023 in Visakhapatnam under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu will offer an all-inclusive platform to international and domestic investors, policymakers, diplomats from various countries, country business delegations, influencers, industry associations and trade bodies to explore opportunities and enter into long-term partnerships. I strongly believe that with the galaxy of leaders and sector experts participating, the summit can serve as the august platform to generate innovative and transformative ideas that can influence the future of Andhra Pradesh and India. I urge all of your industry leaders to actively participate in the Global Investment Summit on March 3rd and 4th in Visakhapatnam and experience our Andhra hospitality. Welcome to Andhra Pradesh, where abundance meets prosperity. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for those words and for sharing the idea behind the Global Investors Summit 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a very special video lined up for you. It'll provide a short glimpse of what Andhra Pradesh stands for, why the state has a strong foundation and fantastic resources to be the choice of the businesses of tomorrow. Let's have a look.
India's gateway to Southeast Asia. 974-kilometer long coastline. Robust industrial infrastructure. 3 industrial corridors, 6 ports, 6 airports, diverse industrial base, industry-ready skilled workforce, plug-and-play facilities for industries. Number 1 in ease of doing business based on 100% perception survey for the last 2 editions. Advantage Andhra Pradesh, where abundance meets prosperity. A new era has begun in Andhra Pradesh, an era of innumerable opportunities and immense possibilities. Dedicated efforts of the visionary Chief Minister, Honorable Shri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, has carved a new identity for the state by measuring up to all parameters of development, trade and investment.
The performance stands testimony to our belief that right infrastructure and enabling policies, these two are very, very important.
Andhra Pradesh is powering its development through the available land, water, forest and mineral resources. The state is a logistics marvel on the eastern coast with a coastline of 974 kilometers, which is the second longest in India, thus making it a gateway to Southeast Asia. The state has retained its top position in the ease of doing business for the last few years. Quality power and water availability, a conducive business environment, low cost of doing business, vendor base and supply chain linkages, and proximity to R&D hubs and markets give Andhra Pradesh a 360-degree advantage in every sector. Powering the story of growth through the focus sectors, the state registered the highest GSDP growth rate of 11.43% during the 2021-2022 fiscal year, higher than the country's GDP growth rate. The government of Andhra Pradesh is transforming the state into a model state with a strong reform agenda. The government has identified 13 focus sectors for attracting sector-specific investment opportunities, abounding with advantages. These are core sectors the state government is focusing on. Andhra Pradesh is at the forefront of developing industrial infrastructure. The state has an abundant land bank of approximately 46,000 acres of industrial development, with industrial zoning as the key focus area to provide a risk-free, investment-friendly environment. A big credit for immense success in every field goes to plug-and-play model and industrial hubs. This includes YSR Jagannath Mega Industrial Hub, YSR Electronic Manufacturing Cluster, Industrial Corridors, PCPIR and Beach IT model. With 6 airports, the state has the largest number of operational airports. Air freight traffic is increasing impressively year after year. State-of-the-art cargo handling facilities are available at major airports. Taking benefit of the strategic location of the state, the goal is to establish AP as a strategic air cargo hub. The state is taking special steps to handle double the ship traffic and cargo in the next 5 years. The port capacity of the state has increased by 75%. Direct calls with Southeast Asian economies also reduce transit time. The state has plans to develop a port or fishing harbour every 50 kilometers along its coast to generate employment and spur economic growth. Another feather in its cap is multiple industrial corridors. Andhra Pradesh is the only state to have 3 industrial corridors for accelerated development across the state. Visakhapatnam Chennai Industrial Corridor, Chennai Bengaluru Industrial Corridor, Hyderabad Bengaluru Industrial Corridor. Steadily working towards its mission of decarbonized economy, the state houses 4 solar parks of the Government of India. It is also home to the world's largest integrated renewable energy storage project. Implementing the future of mobility, vehicles to grid philosophy, 80,000 acres of land has been identified for solar, wind and solar wind hybrid projects.
What we see today would stand out for the future of this country. In fact, what Andhra Pradesh today is showcasing will be the triggering point for this entire country to follow in the days to come, when the usage of fossil fuels would take a backseat and renewable energy would take a front row seat.
Due to the state government's visionary approach, the state is geared up to meet the demand for electric vehicles in the world. India is one of the few countries in the world that supports the global EV 30 at 30 campaign, and the state will play an important role in India's successful contribution. The state exports auto components and electronics to more than 30 countries. Automobile clusters, 21 auto nagars, proximity to consumption centers and focus on EV public transportation have made Andhra Pradesh the automobile hub of the country. The pharma sector has also benefited from the state's industry-centric policies. The next phase of development in pharma is focused on collaborations exploring bulk drugs, including medical device technology, biosimilars, gene therapy and specialty drugs. Andhra Pradesh is the only state in South India selected by Government of India to establish a bulk drug park. Andhra Pradesh's excellence in the electronics and IT sector is well known. The state has emerged as one of the fastest growing global manufacturing hotspots. With its strong ESDM ecosystem across the value chain, it accounts for 10% of national electronic production. It has the distinction of being the only state in India with 4 dedicated electronics manufacturing clusters. More than 3.5 million mobile phones are manufactured here every month. 60% of the state's population is associated with agriculture and agribusiness. The state ranks first in terms of the total value of trade on the national agricultural market. It is the largest producer of shrimps in India. Andhra Pradesh is one of the 4 states in the country to have a 640 square kilometer petroleum, chemicals and petrochemicals investment region, PCPIR, recognized by the Government of India. The state is committed to becoming the chosen investment destination in India in aerospace and defense manufacturing. Andhra Pradesh is working on creating a transformational and affordable model for healthcare in the state. Andhra Pradesh MedTech Zone has the distinction of being India's first manufacturing hub for medical devices. The MSME sector manufactures a variety of products in sectors such as agri and food processing, automotives, textiles, construction materials and others. To encourage the sector, the state is giving preferential market access to MSMEs in all government procurement. The state is committed to quality education and skill development as a focus sector, with multiple initiatives in place. The state is focusing on creating a world-class industry-ready workforce. Andhra Pradesh is committed to promoting green textile to achieve sustainable long-term goals in the textile sector. The exquisite handloom and crafts industry of the state has its own special identity. Due to the dedicated efforts of the state government, the works of the weavers and craftsmen here have become popular all over the world. Andhra Pradesh is one of the preferred tourism destinations in India. The state government provides multiple opportunities for developing tourism projects and related services to cater to the state's vast potential and avenues. The growth story of Andhra Pradesh speaks volumes about the dedicated efforts and commitment of the Honorable Chief Minister to take the state to new heights.
Like-minded companies from all over the globe to come over to set up their shop in India, and especially in Andhra Pradesh.
Come, join us on this exciting journey of technological innovations, profitable business and sustainable development. Advantage Andhra Pradesh, where abundance meets prosperity.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was just a teaser, and you can be rest assured that Andhra Pradesh has a lot more to offer. If it is, after all, a state that is welcoming all with open arms. It's now time to hear from the man of the hour, the man whose vision for the future of Andhra Pradesh is at the center of the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit 2023. Please welcome the young and dynamic leader, the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, for the keynote address.
Mr. Sanjeev Bajaj, President CII, Srimati Suchitra Yella, President Southern Chapter CII, Sumant Sinha, President ASOCAM, Ms. Devjani Ghosh, President NASSCOM, my colleagues in the State Cabinet, industry leaders and representatives, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. I think if I were to speak of Andhra Pradesh, it would just be like the Chief Minister is boasting about his state. But before I do that, what any Chief Minister would be doing, boasting about his state. But before I do that, it was wonderful to hear from Sumant and Ms. Debjani Ghosh and Srimati Suchitra Yella, all of them representing industry, talk very highly about our state. In fact, all of them did speak very high about the state, and of course, the video presentation also showcased what Andhra Pradesh is all about. I would not take much time because I would only be reiterating what has already been showcased. But I'd like to only make a few pointers. What would be very important if one were to think about or contemplate doing business in any particular state. And what are the advantages of Andhra Pradesh? I think it's been showcased well. We have a 974 kilometer coastline, which is the second largest in the country. We've got 6 operating ports in 4 locations, and we're building 4 more. We've got 6 airports as well, connecting almost the entire state. Out of the 11 industrial corridors coming up in the country, we have 3 of them coming up in our state. Vizag, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Bangalore. Almost cutting across the state, covering more than 80% of the districts. The state also treasures, it's also a treasure house for 48 minerals suitable for various mineral-specific industries as well. Now, these are the few advantages that have been spoken about. And now coming to the governance, that as to why AP should be opted for. And it gives me immense pleasure to announce from this platform that Andhra Pradesh has emerged as one of the fastest growing states in the country. We have registered a GDP of 11.43% growth rate, which is the highest in the country so far. This is for 2021-22. Consistently for the past 3 years, we've been ranked number 1 in ease of doing business, which speaks volumes about how proactive we are and how eventful doing business in Andhra Pradesh would be. And of course, outstanding contributor award in port-led infrastructure projects by ET 2022, Best State for Energy Infrastructure and Development in Asia Award 2022, Top Achiever in Logistics Ease Leads 2022 report. All these speak volumes about how proactive the state is. Now, having spoken all these things, if I were to go further and speak and say, we have electronic and manufacturing clusters, 4 of them, toy clusters, 2 of them, food processing clusters, another 2, textile parks, another 10, cement clusters, another 2, medical devices manufacturing cluster, 1 of them, pharma cluster, another 2 automobile cluster, another 4. And I can go on and go on, boasting about my state. But all what I'm trying to tell you here is, come over to Andhra Pradesh. Have a feel of our state. If we are rated number 1 in ease of doing business consecutively for 3 years in a row, especially when industry representatives now are part of the procedure which actually awards ease of doing business. When industry representatives are speaking high about the state, that is the most important part. And for the past 3 years this has been happening. God's grace, touch wood, we've been doing well. So come over to Andhra Pradesh, have a feel of the state, and I assure you that you would enjoy the way forward. We have a single desk portal wherein the approvals would be given within 21 days. There's abundant availability of land, power, water at a cost much lower than the country's average. Well, as Sumant was saying some time back when he had spoken about renewable energy, we can boast and say that Andhra Pradesh is one particular state which is blessed for both solar as well as wind. And we have almost 33,000 megawatt of pump storage capacity also, wherein the sites have already been identified. We could allot approximately 14,680 megawatt to some of the industry players, but you have much more that we can offer. In fact, in the space of renewable energy, the pump storage, which would actually be the green batteries, that would be the future where fossil fuels would be the day of the past. And renewable energy, especially the pump storage, which would actually be a green battery, where all what it requires is just 1 TMC of water, which should go up during the non-peak hours, come down during the peak hours, and for a 6-hour or 8-hour time frame, this would be your battery. And that is the future of Andhra Pradesh. So I'm requesting all of you to come over. I'm extending this invitation through this platform here to come over to the state of Andhra Pradesh in Visakhapatnam, where we are organizing on March 3rd and 4th the global summit. All of you are invited, and I'm sure that all of us can come together to actually create one of the best envisioned journey of yours in industry. This I assure you. And I also assure you that any of the industrialists who have any problem, we are just a phone call away. And we've been very prompt in that. And that is the reason why we've been consecutively rated number 1 in ease of doing business for the past 3 years. I thank all of you for coming over here, for sparing your time coming over here, listening to us in this outreach program. And I wish to see all of you in Vizag. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, sir, for those visionary words. I'd now like to invite the Director of Industries, the VC and MD at APIIC, and the CEO of APEDB, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Dr. G. Srijana, AIAS, to deliver the vote of thanks.